I kindly ask Dr. Federica Rossetto to begin her presentation titled Design and Implementation of the Reliability Telerehabilitation Platform, Data Modifications and Functionalities along the User-Centered Design Implementation.
Good morning to everyone, and thank you for the opportunity to present the results of our project. We know that the ICT solutions, such as the digital platform, play an important role in telerehabilitation, allowing a rapid transfer of information between the clinical staff and the patient at home. The aim of the Reability project is the design and the implementation of the Reability Telerehabilitation platform. However, to be successful, technology must be focused and implemented on the experience of users. But how can we do an end-user co-design of technology in our Reability project? Well, we adopted an user-centered design approach along all implementation phases of the project. By definition, the user-centered design defines an iterative process whose goal is the development of usable technical systems. The key core of this approach is a multidisciplinary collaboration between different end users, such as elderly people, people with cognitive deficits, the therapist, the neuropsychologist, the neurologist, and the ICT specialist. All end users took part in 3 cycles of design, evaluation, redesign, the DEAR cycles. The cyclic evaluation allows for informative feedbacks able to shape subsequent steps of implementation according to users' needs and functional requirements. The Reability platform is composed by a Reability server which connects as a bridge 2 components, a clinical portal which is a useful ICT tool for the customization of rehabilitation program, and a patient portal which allows for the delivering of digital rehabilitation activities. Now we focus the attention on the principal end users of these systems. The target population of this kind of intervention is people with mild cognitive impairment compared with healthy controls. The study included people with mild cognitive impairment due to Alzheimer's disease, according to Albert and colleagues' criteria, with more than 5 years of education and an age range between 65 and 85 years in absence of severe acoustic and visual deficits. Results about our demographic data showed no significant differences emerged between MCI and healthy controls, except for the MoCA test as expected, the global cognitive level. Interestingly, all participants show low levels of competence and familiarity with technology evaluated at the enrollment. Move on the implementation of the digital rehabilitation activities. Now I'm going to show you a practical example of implementation pipeline to obtain a memory rehabilitation activity. The first DEAR cycle starts with the design of the activity according to the user needs. This first version enters into the ecological evaluation phase in clinic and at home. And subsequent, it enters into a redesign phase which modify some functionalities, such as the interaction modalities, and or add new functionality, such as an increased level of difficulties. This iterative process is implemented 2 more times, resulting at the end of the process in the final version. At the end of each activity, we collected data about the level of motivation of end user in performing the activity. And in particular, as you can see in the graph, regarding the memory activity seen before, the level of motivation remains high across all DIR cycles in both samples. Moreover, we collected data about the perceived self-efficacy, which, regarding the memory activity seen before, improves across all DIR cycles, both in MCI and healthy controls. We used DIR cycles to design 11 tablet-based cognitive activities for a total of 711 digital contents. Move on the overall system. We evaluated the level of usability and functionality with the system usability scale. And the results show that, despite the increase of complexity of the system, the level of usability remains above the cutoff and stable over time. Moreover, as unexpected qualitative results, patients reported an improvement in communication and participation in their social relationship. So in conclusion, the end-user co-design of technology is crucial in telerehabilitation. And in particular, the user-centered design could be a useful approach to develop and validate ICT solutions, such as the reability platform, enhancing the usability of the system and the level of engagement in rehabilitation activities, also in elderly people with low level of competence and familiarity with technology. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you to Dr. Rossetto for her presentation. We have time for 2 questions.
Thanks for this focus on user experience and for incorporating user experience in the design of application, of this type of applications for telerehabilitation. More than a question, I have a curiosity, because though valuable, as you showed, how about the effort? I mean, how long did it take? Results are quite impressive. You said you developed more than design, you evaluated, design, redesigned more than 700 rehabilitation contents. But how about efforts? I mean, how long did it take to run the 3 cycles? And another curiosity, you said that you evaluated in clinic patients' experience at home. So, but how, for how long did they do the activities, the rehabilitation activities at home? So, thank you.
Thank you for your question. All 3 cycles altogether took about 1 year. And the evaluation phase of each DIR cycle lasts about 4 days, in which the patient perform its rehabilitation program at home. So we have 1 day in clinic, 4 days at home, and 1 day in clinic again to collect data about the post-intervention. This is the lasting of the evaluation phase of each year cycle. But altogether, the free cycle took about 1 year, so it's a long time, but it's useful.
Thank you. The second question. There is the microphone. Okay.
You talked about the users helping the design, but there are other users, the staff. Have you looked at their needs? Because we have a problem, I think, with quite a lot of staff not wanting to adopt user telerehabilitation because their needs are not really thought of. Have you been thinking of that?
Each DR cycle involves a lot of end users, not only the patient and the caregiver, but also the clinical staff, which is composed by a multidisciplinary equipment such as the therapist, the neurologist, the neuropsychologist, and also the ICT developers.
Fine. I hadn't understood that from your presentation, that you included everybody like that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I may introduce. Thank you.